Hello, and welcome to the Whole Man Podcast, Season 2, Episode 1, Need and Desire. I am curious, I am excited, I am open, I am nervous, I am willing, I am spacious, I am grounded, I am honest, I am full of desire, and my name is Ty. I am here to deepen into black bliss, love, authenticity, awareness, courage, creativity, connection, curiosity. I'm not here to entertain you. I'm not here to soften reality. I'm not here to fix you. I'm not here to change you. I'm here to offer myself love. I'm here to take the next courageous step on my journey. And if that benefits you, wow, what an honor. If this resonates with you, welcome to my flame. If not, know that you are infinitely valuable. You are precious. You are perfect. This world needs you. And I love you. Today, I want to talk about something that I have pondered a lot over the last 3 years. It's subtle. It's dangerous. It's deeply misunderstood. It's need in contrast with desire. This is a highly metaphysical exploration into ground that, like I said, I've been curious about and contemplating for a long time now. And I don't claim to have it figured out. I'm going to butcher it in a lot of ways. I'm coming to this offering my curiosity and offering the wisdom that I've gained over the last 3 years around this subject. I think it's a subject that has a lot of juice to offer. Need and desire. I think we've gotten this wrong at a very deep level. The way we define need, the way I defined need for so many years in my life was totally backwards. And it wasn't until I came to my crux moment in life, joined a men's group called the Bulletproof Husband, which I highly recommend. It wasn't until then that I actually had this topic brought to my consciousness. My brothers at the Bulletproof Husband opened my mind to the question, is the way that you're relating to need accurate? Is it leading you where you want to go? Is it creating the life that you desire? And I had to come up against the reality that no, it wasn't. And that wasn't a quick acceptance. That wasn't a quick discovery. And it's still in process. And I love looking back at the journey that I've been on around this topic. I can see the milestones, and it's beautiful. So thank you from the bottom of my heart to my brothers at the Bulletproof Husband for opening my eyes to this conversation. I believe that we do have needs in this life and in this existence. But I believe that we have overemphasized and overstated what our actual needs are. I believe we've often confused need with desire. For example, for me, I spent many years in my marriage thinking that, and even before my marriage, thinking that I needed sex. I'm discovering more and more that I don't need sex, and I deeply desire it. And there is a world of difference between the two. That's part of what I want to parse out in this podcast. I believe we desire things and we tell ourselves the story that we need them to our own detriment. There is a place for need. I want to be clear about that. And I want to get clear on what need actually is and where the appropriate place for need actually is in our existence. I think we've just assumed, we've let our subconscious run the show for far too long, telling us that we need things that we don't actually need. And I think it's time that we bring consciousness to this discussion and distinguish between what we need and what we desire. And I think we will reap great rewards from having this discussion. I know that my life has experienced incredible growth and reward from having this discussion internally and externally with powerful and beautiful people. One of the nuances of this discussion is a recognition that often need is connected to outcome. When I say I need sex, it makes it necessary that I get a result. In my life, that played out basically as creating this belief in my head, I need sex, bringing that to the one person that I thought was supposed to and was obligated to fulfill that need. I spent my young years celibate, waiting for that perfect moment when I would be married and get to have all the sex that I wanted. And so I brought that belief into my marriage. Woman, you are sex object. You must sex me. And it didn't work. Oh, the comedy, the hilariousness. Years and years of my life spent building this narrative and this story and this pressure and this need that I would one day bring and inject into the most precious relationship of my life, only to find out that this intricate story that I had built was fucking bullshit. Oh, I love that I can laugh about it now. But I think about the suffering that I experienced concerning this belief system and this story that I told myself. Oh, I can't contain the laughter. Oh gosh. Need is connected to outcome. So when I say that I need to breathe, the outcome there is I need to breathe so that the outcome of staying alive in this physical body is executed. I need to breathe so that I can stay alive in this body. There's a way to view that that says, I don't need to stay alive in this body. I think people like Jesus Christ and Mahatma Gandhi and who's my other precious hero who went into the Nazi prison camps? There are people who recognize that I don't need to stay alive in this body. There's something deeper to live for here. There's something more precious than this body continuing to breathe. So there's layers to this discussion. If I want this body to stay alive, yes, I need to continue to breathe. If I want to be healthy in this body, I need to eat good food. That is a need. Do I need Kamala Harris to be president? Do I need Donald Trump to be president? Some people are behaving like yes, they do. and they are miserable. Do I need to say a prayer to go to heaven? We'll see. We will find out one day if that was a need in order to get the outcome of being acceptable to God to enter heaven. Need is a construct that puts us in a future state that doesn't yet exist. If I need Kamala Harris to be president, well, then I'm fucked, because she's not. And even leading up to an election where she might be, if I need that, I'm setting myself up for intense disappointment, because even when she becomes president, I will inevitably realize she is not the answer to my problem. Oh. When you live from a place of need, you diminish your presence because you place your consciousness in the future. The only powerful place for us to live is right now. That doesn't mean that we can't make plans and prepare for the future. But the most powerful way to do that is through living as fully integrated in the present moment as we possibly can. So much of what we are doing on this earth, what I see our culture promoting, is live for the future. Sacrifice your present moment. Work at a shitty job that you fucking hate so that one day you can have $1 million in a bank account. Tragic. Absolutely tragic and comical. And I don't place myself outside of that reality. I find myself living that tragedy out at different times and to different degrees, and I'm trying to extricate myself from it. Perhaps you don't need $1 million in a bank account. Perhaps you don't need to be alive tomorrow. Perhaps you don't need Donald Trump to be the president. Perhaps you don't need to be healthy. What just hit me was a realization that reality is perfect, and what we need is exactly what is. Man, there's juice there. If I get cancer tomorrow, my belief is that that is exactly what I need. My belief is that Gruss is communicating with me. That is an opportunity. It's a learning opportunity. And I have witnessed men who live that out. I had a conversation. With a brother just, maybe a week ago about exactly this. He has cancer, or had cancer. He's been through multiple bouts of cancer. GPK, my precious brother, shout out to you. I love you. I love your example, man. I love I love that I got to talk to you and witness all of that. I loved your honesty. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being someone who is alchemizing something so scary into something so beautiful. You're precious, man. And there are many like my precious brother who are alchemizing what we once thought of as evil and unnecessary. They are leading the way in showing us that reality is perfect and reality can be alchemized into gold. Gold. Oh, reality is perfect. You don't need to be healthy. You get to be right now, maybe, or maybe you don't. I'm healthy right now. What a pleasure, what a joy. I'm so grateful to be healthy right now. I'm going to live in that moment. I'm going to live in this present moment of bodily health. But my belief is that if I get sick tomorrow, that's a gift to me. It's an opportunity for me to learn and experience and grow. And maybe my mind isn't healthy. Maybe I'm making decisions today that lead to my unhealth tomorrow. And the result of those decisions lead to an unhealthiness that is just an opportunity, a wake-up call to recognize, oh, I don't want to make those decisions anymore. And I'm not saying that this is always how it works. Perhaps, I've heard of people who live unbelievably healthy lives and still have some horrible reality happen to them. It's hard to even call it horrible in this mindset, and I don't claim to know what the lessons are in all of this, but I choose to believe that it is for that person. I choose to believe that it's an opportunity because I don't see any other powerful way to interact with reality. This is not about denying yourself what is necessary to your existence. It is about offering yourself the opportunity to live in the present moment. This is not about never eating again. It is about eating when it is time to eat, and then letting that moment pass from your mind. It's not about starving yourself of your body's physical needs. It is about attending to your body's physical needs when they arise, and not before. It's about listening to yourself. It's about slowing down enough to witness and address reality in the most powerful and beautiful way you possibly can. This is not about never needing anything. It's about becoming conscious to recognize what a need is and how to most powerfully fulfill it. I used to think that I needed sex. I used to think that I needed my children to respect me. I used to think that I needed more money. I used to think that I needed Donald Trump to be my president. I now know that I don't need any of those things. And if my wife doesn't have sex with me, there's juice there. Why? If my children don't respect me, there's juice there. Why? And I actually believe that when my children don't respect me, that is exactly what I actually need. Because they are communicating to me that they don't feel that I deserve respect, which indicates to me that I have behaved in a way that makes them feel like I don't deserve respect. I could require them to respect me. I could beat them into submission. I could scare them into respecting me. And it would all be a fucking facade, lie, bullshit. Not interested. I have no desire to build facades any longer. I've done it ad nauseum for many, many years, and I'm fucking done with it. If my children don't respect me, that is a gift for me, not against me. Oh, what a powerful, powerful way to live. The moment I say I need something that I actually don't, so from a place of subconscious unconsciousness, I say that I need something that in reality I actually don't need, pressure enters the equation. So let me break that down. I feel insecure. And so I tell myself the story that I need my children to respect me, and then I won't feel insecure anymore. There is a real need there, a need to feel secure. But a lie enters the equation, fear enters the equation that says I can feel secure if something outside of me provides me security. My children respect me. Now I feel secure. No, that's not how it works. So the intention was beautiful. It was precious. It was perfect. But a lie was injected. Fear was injected, skewing the result, creating a story that I told myself that, oh, that's how I can feel secure. I test it out. I try it. I behave that way. And what do I get? I get children who respect me, but I have no connection to. So I get to feel the suffering of that disconnection, which is a gift to me because it's reminding me, it's teaching me that, okay, whatever I did to create that respect created disconnection. So that's not what I want. That's more suffering. That's pain. I don't like that. I'm out of bliss. So I got to go back to the drawing board and explore and get curious about where did things go wrong? Oh, I externalized my need. I said that if you do this, then I will be secure. No. Only I can provide security to myself. Only I can provide what I need to myself. I can provide that through engaging external sources. I can go to my children and communicate, man, I want to have your respect. How can I gain your respect? In what ways could I behave and treat you to be respected by you? That's a desire. There's the difference right there. Need versus desire. Need is unstable, grasping. Desire is honest and open and curious and willing to humble itself and ask questions and seek feedback. Ooh, juicy. Oh. What we often define as need is just not need. We say, I need this or that without really thinking about it, and we set ourselves up for failure and disappointment. Need, as I'm talking about it here, can be defined as a belief, and as I'm talking about it here in kind of the negative sense, the unhealthy sense, is defined as a belief that my internal state cannot be okay unless something external changes. My wife is calling me, so I'm going to text her. Coming back in, just had a little interruption. So need, as I'm talking about it here, is defined, the negative form of need is defined as a belief that my internal state cannot be okay unless something external changes. Need collapses time. Need tries to manipulate time. If I don't get this, then I'm not okay. There's a time element to that. Maybe you won't get it tomorrow. Maybe you won't get it next month. Maybe you won't get it for a year, 10 years, 30 years, maybe not in this lifetime. Are you okay with that? Need often places you outside of the realm of your sphere of control. I need $1 million. That's something you can control, and you can get $1 million. My question is, what will you sacrifice to get it? Will you trade your life for $1 million? I think of the Bible passage that says, what does it profit a man to gain the whole world if he sacrifices his soul? $1 million is not worth your soul. Sex is not worth your soul. Need often replaces your actual power with a scapegoat that creates a victim mindset that leads to places we don't want to go. Your actual power is in this present moment. If you choose to live in the future, if you choose to live for the future, you're trading your power for something far less valuable. Need destroys presence. I'm not safe until this happens. So until it happens, every moment leading up to it is injected with fear and angst and stress. Oh, finally it happened. Oh, I have $1 million. I'm 65 years old with $1 million. Fuck. Now I've got cancer. Now I can't move very well. Now I've destroyed relationships with my children and my wife and everyone around me. Hey, but I have $1 million. Oh, what a fucking hilarious tragedy. Oh. Need turns the present moment into a hostage situation. Need holds the present moment hostage in order to manipulate the situation to create some desired outcome. Need inevitably injects pressure. Pressure activates fear. Fear contracts the nervous system. A contracted nervous system shuts off curiosity and creativity, disallowing yourself to actually get what you want. Lack of curiosity and creativity lead to lack of growth and eventual death. Oh, it's a death cycle. Man, have I experienced that. That's real. That's real. The crazy thing, and actually the beautiful thing, is that others feel that process intuitively. And whether directly or indirectly, will give you feedback that you're in it. My wife and my children gave me that feedback for many, many years, trying to wake me up. I couldn't hear it until about 12, 13 years in. Finally, a little crack in my thick skull was made, and the truth and the beauty was able to slowly seep in. It's interesting, too, that actually our own nervous systems are communicating it to us as well. Every time you feel that lack of integrity, that fear or that sorrow or that grossness, every time you feel stress, every time you feel out of alignment, your nervous system is communicating to you there's a problem. Every time you feel out of bliss, your natural state is bliss. That is why you're here. That is what you're created for. That is your birthright. Bliss. And anytime you're out of it is a beautiful opportunity and a red flag to pay attention to. Man, how many red flags did I just bury in the dirt and hide away to my own detriment, my own deepening suffering. In relationship, people don't pull away from desire. They pull away from pressure, and pressure comes from need. Man, I don't think there's anywhere I felt this more vividly than in my marriage to my precious oracle queen. I came into my marriage with so much need, and she communicated to me consistently over and over and over, I feel so much pressure. I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what to do with that. I had this intense need. Looking back on it, I recognized that what it was I had this incredibly beautiful desire. It was so good. It is so good. I have this amazing desire that is an unbelievable gift to this world, an unbelievable gift to my queen, to my children, to everyone I come in contact with. It's beautiful. But what happened was it got interrupted with lies and traumas and sorrows and stories stacked one upon another that eventually turned that beautiful desire into a grotesque need. And I brought that need everywhere I went. I became that need. And I became grotesque. And I love that I had people in my life, mainly my queen and my children, that didn't give up on me, that kept communicating consistently. There's something wrong here. Dude, I resisted that so hardcore for so long because I thought it was against me. I thought they were attacking me. And I also provided myself with these little facade relationships. Sunday morning church relationships with all the people who I could trick into thinking that I was such a good Christian man. Oh, how ridiculous. So I had provided myself with the evidence that I was a good man, and why can't you guys see it? I was tricking myself. And I was fucking good at it. Oh, the pain and suffering I caused. I will spend the rest of my life making up for that. Not in a like a retribution kind of way, in a fucking joyful, like I love that I get to spend the rest of my life living a different way and offering a different me and offering my desire rather than my need. Tears in my eyes. That's a life that I'm excited to live. I think of my wife and my children and the suffering that they experienced because of my unconsciousness and lack of awareness. And I honor them. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for not giving up on me. Thanks for loving me. I am deeply, deeply grateful. Oh, man. All right, so we've touched a little bit on desire, but we're about to make more of a transition into the desire side of the equation. Desire is a clean, honest pull without attachment to the outcome. Shout out to my precious brother JPP and his queen, London Winters. Justin Patrick Pierce is a king on this earth. Playing with Fire is one of the books that he and London have written. And it's like a Bible to me. I've read it many times, and I'm rereading it right now with my queen. I heard him on a podcast and was immediately attracted to one of the deepest truths I think I have yet to encounter, which is that desire, well, it was a definition of desire. Desire as a standalone force on this earth. Desire that doesn't need the outcome. Desire that is self-sustaining. Desire that offers itself and doesn't require anything in return. Wow. That blew my mind when I heard him talk about that. That is a revolutionary concept that would change the world overnight. Should even a handful of us begin to practice living that way. Some key differences between desire and need. Desire is spacious rather than confining. Desire invites rather than kidnaps. Desire can breathe. Desire is compatible with presence. Desire is inspiring, not requiring. Desire is patient. Desire is honest and courageous and direct. Because my desire was converted into need, unhealthy need, I was not able to be honest about my desire. I was not courageous with communicating it. I wasn't direct. It was always roundabout, back channels, manipulating, trying to figure out ways to get my needs met. But when I remember that my desire is beautiful and that it's a gift, it inspires me to courageously, honestly, directly communicate my desires. And then look forward to the feedback, look forward to the consequences. A lot of times it's rejection. A lot of times it's no. The way I live now accepts that rejection and those no's as opportunities for me, feedback, opportunity, revelation. Why? Why is it a no? Why is there rejection? Desire says, I would love this and is okay with not getting it. Need says, I can't be okay without this. Desire does not require compliance to remain alive. When I say I want to have sex with my wife and she says no, old me shut down. It's like, well then, fuck you. You don't want what I want? Then fuck you. And I'm going to turn off my desire, my need. I'm going to starve you of my gift, of who I am. Wow. Dude. When I bring it back into the desire space, when I delete the fears and the lies and the traumas and the stories, and I return back to my innate, beautiful desire, I can absorb rejection and I can keep my love on, as Danny Silk might say. Keep your love on in the midst of rejection. One of my core beliefs that I talk about a lot is that everyone is good. It's wild because I was told the exact opposite from the time I was tiny. You're not good. You're evil. You need something outside of you to come and make you acceptable. Wow, what a mind fuck. I don't believe that anymore. I believe that everyone is good. Well, then how do you deal with evil in the world? Fear, creates lies, creates self-protective measures, defensiveness, that creates stories that we tell ourselves from generation to generation. This is how you keep yourself safe. Band together, have the biggest guns, bomb them first. All of that started with good intention. All of that started with a desire to feel safe, to feel loved, to feel respected. It just got fucked up along the way. Everyone has good intentions. And we've all had interruptions to those intentions in the form of lies, fear, trauma, stories that skewed our desire and intention. Desire plus fear equals need. When fear creeps into desire, need is born. Desire plus pressure, often in the form of time, equals need. When time and pressure creep into desire, need is born. Desire plus lies equal need. When lies creep into desire, need is born. Desiring connection is beautiful. But then we fear abandonment, and it results in grasping for connection and needing connection and demanding and requiring connection, which results in the exact opposite of what we want. It pushes connection away. Desiring sex is beautiful. It's wonderful. It's a gift. Fearing rejection leads to needing sex, grasping for sex, demanding it, requiring it. You could go through many, many different examples, and I challenge you to do that in your life. What are your deepest desires? And what were the interruptions that led to needing those things rather than just desiring those things? Desiring success when fear of insignificant is injected into desiring success, you become someone who needs success now. And now you're grasping and you won't achieve it. You may get your $1 million, but you will eventually realize that that was never success in the first place. And you will be left dissatisfied. External versus internal satisfaction. You can't offer someone something that you don't have. You can't offer yourself something that you're not willing to explore and be curious and courageous about. External satisfaction is temporary regulation. It's borrowed calm. Feels good in the minute, but it leaves you less satisfied, less trustworthy, less confident than before. I think of my experience with pornography. I started with this beautiful desire for connection, sexual contact. It got disrupted by the lies that was bad. It was bad for me to want that. I needed to contain that. I needed to be very, very careful about it. Or I could get STDs, or I could get someone pregnant, or I could... That led into a place where now pornography is my best option. Because I've got this shit in me. I've got the desire, and it is gonna fucking come out. And if it can't come out in human contact, in a loving way, then I guess it's gonna come out through me sitting in front of a computer screen and using images of people I've never met, never connected with. Oh man. You think about the devastation, the mind fuck that is, the training that I gave myself, the lies. I mean, the amount of lies that were injected into me through years and years of pornography consumption. Talk about setting yourself up for failure. Oh, wow. I'm returning back to my desire. And you know what's fucking amazing? I don't need pornography. I was addicted to pornography for many, many years. And now I'm not. That's wild. I fought pornography addiction like a fucking rabid honey badger. I was in groups. I read books. I shamed the shit out of myself. Oh man, I fought it hard and never had any success. Internal satisfaction, self-generated safety, durable peace. It may not feel good in the temporary moment. That's true. It doesn't. But the reason it doesn't feel good in the moment is because we were so trained for instant gratification and immediate dopamine release. I am so grateful to be over that initial hump. The power of those stories and those lies and those fears and the shame and the blame. Wow. It's a fucking Mount Everest to make the transition over that mountain into the fucking beautiful, peaceful valley on the other side. And I have deep respect for those who have climbed. I have deep respect for those climbing. And I have deep compassion for those looking at the mountain and saying, I don't know how to fucking get over this thing. I love you. You're not alone. I was you, man. I am you in many ways still. Just know you're not alone. You do have what it takes. And even if you don't get over that mountain in this lifetime, doesn't matter. You're still beautiful. You're still perfect. You're still powerful. You're worthy. You're valuable. It may not feel good in the temporary moment, but it leaves you satisfied, trustworthy, confident, and powerful in the long term. When I look outside to regulate what I haven't learned to hold inside, that is the unhealthy need. And it doesn't create what we want. None of this means that we reject the external. It's not an active rejection. It's not saying, well, because I'm not dependent on external validation and satisfaction, then, well, I'm not going to listen to my wife and my kids and my boss and the cancer and whatever other realities happen in our lives. It's not rejection of those things. It's rather a knowing and a wisdom that reminds us that we're not dependent on those things, but those things are a gift to us. What we're doing here is we're ending dependency on external things, and we're beginning to create self-dependency, internal dependency, which eventually allows us to become people who can become interdependent. Man, I love that. I love that progression. From dependence to independence, which is really self-dependence, to interdependence, which is really what we all are looking for. We want to be interdependent. I want to be in a juicy sexual relationship with my queen where we are intertwined. But what I found was I had to become independent first. I had to become self-dependent, and I have to maintain that. And when I bring a self-loved, self-dependent, independent tie to the equation of a marriage, good shit happens. And I'm starting to experience that more and more. And I definitely experienced the dependent version of tie and what that got me in relationship to the world, to my queen, to my children. I'm going to go with self-love, self-dependence, and then I'm going to bring that into my relationships and into every moment that I exist, because it's juicy and it's fun and it's beautiful. It's wonderful. Oh, I remember getting to places in my life where I was so confused about need and desire that I just wanted to end things. I wished I didn't have a penis because of all the issues that thing was causing me. My desire. Dude, I wanted so much, but I wasn't getting it. And so I just wanted to fucking cut that thing off, get rid of it. It became a torture device rather than a pleasure device. Oh, that's kind of funny. One of my most beautiful and greatest gifts became one of the most torturous things in my existence. I wished that I didn't have a wife because my desires towards her were not being met. And so she became torturous to me. A reminder of everything that was possible but wasn't happening to me. Eventually, I got to the place where I didn't want to be alive anymore. All of these needs that weren't being met grew and accumulated to the point where I didn't want to be here anymore. I didn't want to be on the earth. I didn't want to be alive. It makes so much sense. The amount of suffering I had created for myself was unbearable. Let me go. Let me just get out of here. I don't want to experience this suffering anymore. Wow. I have so much compassion for people who get to that place. I was you. I want you to know there's hope. You're not alone. My boy's home. Oh, man. If you've ever found yourself in a similar place, you're not alone. There is a path out of the despair, and the path is not killing your desires. It's not killing yourself. It's liberating your desires. It's liberating yourself from the prison of need. Some of the practical tools you can use on your journey over that Mount Everest are a language audit. Replace I need with I want and I desire. Witness the way you talk, your body language, your words. Hey, bud. Hi. Hey, I'm recording. I'll be in a minute, okay? I love you. Become aware. Discipline yourself to listen to your body language and your verbal language, your emotional language, and get curious about what beliefs are underneath the way you communicate. Words are powerful. It's funny because I had a pretty intense conversation with my wife about this morning, and she believes that words are powerful, and so do I, but at this point we're kind of at odds on what that actually means, what powerful words actually mean and how to interact with them. I love it. What an adventure. Second tool is a somatic pause. Something that I'm doing more and more is just putting a hand on my solar plexus chakra and my abdomen, my root, and just communicating to myself, I love you. You're safe. You're good. Your desires are good. They may have been interrupted somewhere, but I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to get you what you need. We're going to find out what you need. I'm not going to leave you. You will never be alone. You will never be forsaken. I love you. You're worthy. You're valuable. You're precious. There's beauty in self-communication, not only through your words, but also through your touch, the way you treat yourself, the way you treat your body. Desire ownership. Tool number 3, practical tool number 3. This desire is mine to feel and fulfill, not yours, not anyone else's. It's mine. And it's my job to feel it and fulfill it. And even better than that, it's my opportunity to feel it and fulfill it. It's not my job. I don't have to do it. I don't need to do it. I get to do it. It's also mine to express and not suppress. It's my opportunity to express my desire. And that can look so many different ways. I think part of my issue was that I got so narrow-minded. I can only express this desire in this one way, at this one time, with this one person, with this one. No. Slow down enough to get curious and creative about how to fulfill your desires. When we cage our desires, that's one of those things that injects fear and pressure. And that's one of the things that creates this mutation into need. Fourth tool, courageous curiosity. Asking yourself questions, being curious about what you're experiencing. Can I stay open even if this desire isn't fulfilled? What is this desire telling me about myself? Is this a need or a desire? Tool number 5, belief reformation. I don't know if you know, but you get to choose what you believe. I didn't know that until recently. I thought that I had to believe what I was told. Come to find out, people lie. And not only that, people just don't know. People are doing the best that they can, and they're fucking it up left and right. And so if I'm dependent on people and books and outside sources, I'm fucked. I get to choose my beliefs based on the fruit that comes from them. And I've got a lifetime of wisdom now built up from beliefs that led to my near suicide, to my near divorce, to children who have no respect and no desire to connect with me, to struggling finances, to I've got a lot of wisdom built up from beliefs that led to places that I don't want to go. And so I'm in the process of reforming my beliefs, and you get to do that too. Does what I believe lead where I want to go? Are my beliefs even accurate when I honestly think about them? When I consciously slow down enough to actually consider, okay, this is what I say I believe. Does that even fucking make sense? What beliefs would lead me where I want to go? What is actually true? Oh, the moment I can survive the no, my desire becomes magnetic again. I'm experiencing this more and more as I provide myself safety and love. I'm reawakening my desire and bringing it into my life situations, expressing it courageously and curiously, offering my gift of desire to my people and to my world. And oftentimes the immediate answer is no and resistance. And I love being someone who can weather that storm and who can accept no and see it as a gift rather than an attack. And what's beautiful is so often when I can alchemize that no into gold, not only in my personal life, but also in connection and in relationship. Oftentimes the first no is just a test. Can you handle no? And if you can, no turns into yes. Oh, fucking beautiful. In relationship, polarity, especially in romantic and sexual relationship, polarity is a key to beauty and success and attraction. And need kills polarity, desire fuels it. If you want polarity, if you want sex, if you want connection with someone you're romantically interested in, reignite your desire, rediscover your desire. Soothe your need, put it to rest, put it in the back seat, let it pass away, and reclaim your desire. Need steals life and connection from you. Desire injects life into you. Need is born of fear. Desire is born of love. Need drains you. Desire fills you. When a man is self-sourced, internally loved and validated, he becomes safe. He becomes attractive. He becomes powerful. A man who does not need is a man who can be trusted. That is attractive. Not only romantically, it's attractive to your children, it's attractive to your lovers, it's attractive to your friends, brothers, your coworkers, your bosses, those underneath you at work. Oof. I feel that, man. The relationships I've attracted since I have begun to embody these truths. Wow. My challenge to us as we move into the next moments of our existence is to bring more and more consciousness to this subject and this discussion. To ask ourselves real questions. To remember the situations where you brought need versus desire. To remember the responses in those situations. To learn the lessons that reality and the consequences of your behavior were trying to teach you. Which one brought you more black? Bliss, love, awareness, authenticity, curiosity, courage, creativity, desire, or need? Results-based practitioner. So many of us in this space are men. We're practical, results-based. Just look at it logically. Does need get you more sex, or does desire? Does need bring you more connection or desire? Does need bring you more money or desire? Just look at it. What do I actually need? How have I related to need and desire thus far on my journey? What do I actually desire? Where along my path did my desires turn into needs? Do I believe my desires are good? Do I believe I'm worthy of getting what I desire? Thank you for being with me on this journey. Thank you, Ty, for being here. Thank you for offering your vulnerability, your wisdom, your experiences, your curiosity, your courage, your creativity. You are precious. And I'm so glad to be on this journey with you. So glad to be living this life, this adventure. You're beautiful, you're precious, you're worthy, you're powerful. May I continue to release need and honor desire, knowing that I am already complete and everything else is invitation. In perfect alignment with reality, may I continue to remember and reclaim my wholeness, because I am infinitely and inherently valuable, and the world is longing to witness the beauty of one whole man.